Well, I thought I'd discuss the elements of two trailers of long-awaited, well, one long-awaited and one nervously awaited film. That being Indiana Jones 5 and Guardians of the Galaxy 3. So I'll start off with Guardians of the Galaxy because I just finished watching the holiday special, which I liked okay. It was funny here and there. I've not been blown away by Guardians as other people have, but I do understand why people love it. I actually like the second one better than the first one, but whatever, that be that as it may. There's a variety of reasons for it, but easily right now, this will be another one that'll probably be very successful. I don't know if it'll do as well as Spider-Man did, but it should be very close to it. And then that's it. Because James Gunn is leaving for DC. The sad thing about it is all the reasons he's going over there is because he set up shop there in his exile after he got canceled over his naughty jokes on Twitter and whatnot. And so that's that. But the whole map at the time of the plan was that he would take over a whole section of the MCU that would involve the outer space adventures, the cosmic wing of the MCU. And without him, it just didn't happen. It seems to be the threads of those stories are still going to be pursued. It seems to have all fallen apart. I would have thought that the Eternals might have been weaved in there, and probably would have been better to have them weaved. And what I mean by that is like how Black Panther was. He was introduced in other movies, and eventually he gets to his own and all that. Got derailed, sadly, by the passing of Chadwick Boseman. But with Gunn gone and disrupting all of that, and then Guardians 3 is delayed, despite Endgame setting them up at the end with Thor and everything. And then by the time you get to the Thor movie, they're in it, but it's just sort of quick, get him out and move on and get him on his own. I don't know. There might have been something there in between, or maybe not. I don't know. But certainly a pretty severe disruption of whatever the original plan was. And so perhaps they figure out a way to cobble it together for this one. And but it'll probably be the last hurrah and a send-off for it. Perhaps some of the characters will appear in other outer space stories. But the most significant thing about the trailer for Marvel fans, as the title here at Matt McGloin says, Will Poulter as Adam Warlock. It's very brief, but if you know what to look for in the trailer, and I'll link the trailer down below. I don't play them in my videos. You see him. He's got the little thing on his forehead. So, yeah, Adam Warlock has a long history, but he was teased for Marvel fans, really, especially in the second Guardians film, and so they're finally going to get to that story. And so perhaps they'll spin it off into him going elsewhere and all of that. I don't know if they'll delve into the nods to religion, most notably of Jesus and God and all that, especially with the High Evolutionary will be in there. And I don't even know if they'll introduce the concept of counter-Earth and all that stuff, perhaps. But that's the deal. And so that's intriguing. That's interesting. I'd like to see. But again, it's like all of the characters are very far removed from their comic book roots, especially Drax. So I don't know what to expect, really. We'll take a look and see what they do. But with Gunn at the helm, it's easily going to be better than all the films we've seen for Phase 4, with the exception of Spider-Man. And so, there's that. So I think certainly there's excitement for it, and it should do well. And so, I'll look at that. And, of course, with the holiday special, you do see, yes, Groot has grown up significantly. And there's something of an important aspect in the holiday special. So if you're completist and need to keep up, you need to tune in for that, for your Guardians of the Galaxy needs. Yeah. So All right, let's take into the but first, this little notice in a Willow. Yeah, it was much easier watching this holiday special, and it helped me deal with the awfulness that is the Willow series. I saw the first 2 episodes, and well, I mean, it's Willow was not as significant to me as Star Wars was, but well, okay, I'll do that in another video. But in summary, not happy with it. So anyway, another film that could be quite the disappointment. Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Well, gee, I wonder what that could mean. So there you go, a steal from it. And he said, "What? Another one?" But he says, "Oh man, this one's fantastic." And then he points to co-star Phoebe Waller-Bridge. Oh, no, I do that. "This is it. I will not fall down for you again." Well, it's his last go around, and Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character is expected to replace him. There's supposed to be a TV series now. How that goes about that? Oh, they'll build up her. Will they really build her up? Because every time, all they ever do is tear down the male character, and then that's building up the female character. and then have, oh boy, the adventures of Phoebe Waller-Bridge's character, whoever she is, his goddaughter, on a D+ series. Oh boy, won't that be something? Yeah. So, or they could just do an animated thing about young Indy. How about, well, I don't know. As far as I'm concerned, there were 3 films. If you like the Young Indiana Jones TV show, then you got that, and that's it. There was some talk, and I'm not sure if it is I've seen some artwork. I didn't know if it looked really cool. If it really was the concept art for the animated series, that would have been a cool thing. But I don't know. Cartoons are really hard for Disney these days. So anyway, that's the deal. And again, I don't play the trailers, but I will link it down below. It looks fine. It looks pretty good and interesting. But so did the Last Jedi trailer. So it means nothing. So there's the poster. It's kind of cool looking, one more time. But Dial of Destiny, gee, wonder what that can mean. Well, one of the biblical artifacts they haven't gotten to yet would be the Spear of Destiny. Now, this was supposed to be the spear that the Roman soldier pierced the side of Christ with. And there's this legend that it was handed on, and apparently if you carried it, you were victorious in battle and all this stuff. I don't really believe anyone kept that spear. There's been, I think, at least 2 claiming to be the spear. Apparently Hitler was interested in owning it and all this type of stuff. So there you go. That ties it in to something. DC Comics has made use of it and part of their mysticism. And so maybe that's part of this thing about the plot will involve time travel. And he has to face off against these Nazis who've discovered the secret of time travel and might try to undo who won the war or something along those lines. And Indy's got to put a stop to that. But the big fear is how do they hand it off to Phoebe's character, and that idea that they shot a sequence of the film where the young Indy, they meet young Indy with the CGI and stuff in the time travel aspects, which would be cool. How good that technology is getting with the right money and crew behind it. It looks really good, and that would be cool to see. But if it's just there so he gets killed off and then Indy never existed, and so Phoebe takes his place. In this day and era and all the woke crap, that is something they would love to do. Did they do it? Is it still in the film? Well, hopefully not. But the odds are that it's going to be, because the last one was pretty bad. And I think Indiana Jones, The Last Crusade was the perfect close to the series and the character. So don't really have hopes up. It might just be a sort of okay adventure. But if it involves anything like that, that's crazy. It's just going to enrage the audience and fandom of this beloved character. And either way, if it just, it's his last adventure and he dies heroically and something like that, and then she picks up the hat and carries on the mission for a TV series. That's no one's going to watch it. It's just not going to work. So, but that's just, a spinoff TV series. The movie in and of itself, well, at best, it'll probably be okay, unless it's doing this erasing of him type crap. And that's the best you could hope for, that it just doesn't do that. But, I mean, I understand they want to milk the franchise, but really, there's 3 Indiana Jones movies, and that's it. So, anyway, who knows? Strange things happen. Perhaps, just perhaps. Mangold will pull out a magic thing and prove everybody wrong, and it'll be this wondrous thing as good as the original films. But, and, pigs might fly. But, we'll just have to wait and see. So there you go. That's my take on this stuff. Again, I will link the trailers down below and see what you think.